Good morning, everyone. We didn't start the preparations so far, so we will start today in the morning. We just finished the game, our last game hours ago, and now, well, we are forced to put the focus in our recovery, physical and mentally. And there's no time to prepare the game, just to prepare ourselves for a exciting day. And the team at this moment of the season, it's obviously preparing in every department, and we know how do we continue our story tomorrow and after tomorrow, but there's no proper time to prepare the game. And like I said, we will just start after this press conference.
Thank you, Coach. Can you also just give us a brief summary of how it's like at camp, knowing that you're going to such an important semi-final this weekend?
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, I mean, look, as the coach has already alluded, we are yet to start our preparation for the upcoming match. The guys are reporting in now. We're going to start our recovery session soon, and we make sure that we're in our best condition Saturday afternoon.
Thank you. We're now open for questions. Please, by show of hands, do we have any questions? Okay, Temple, okay.
Thanks, Tandy. To the captain, how important is it for you guys to try and avoid losing 3 times to Chiefs in a season ahead of Saturday? To stop that, they beat you twice, and the importance of you guys stopping that, losing 3 times in a row. Thanks.
Thanks for the question. Well, as players, we don't go into matches thinking about the past results. I think for us it's important that we focus on the game at hand. We focus on the plan, that the coaches will present to us, and make sure that we show that we want it more than them, and we compete, to the best of our ability. So we don't spend our time stressing about what happened in the past. We know that we have an opportunity come Saturday, and we have to be present and compete as best as we can.
Do you have any further questions? Now, ask that you all raise your hands so we know in advance, and we don't have to continuously ask if there are any further questions. Noted. Is there anyone else? Can you take the next 3 questions? 4. Noted. Thank you.
Coach, Venda is telling your friends, congratulations again for making it to the semi-final, Coach. Coach, it's your second cup semi-final since arriving in the country. I know that most of us just take jobs. We came from Spain, came to South Africa and took a job. We won the MTN 8, and now we have a chance of winning the Nedbank Cup. So based on the past 7 performances of the club, do you think that the team is ready and prepared? I know it's going to start on more preparations today, but do you think that they can make it to the final or on Saturday, come Saturday?
Yeah, obviously, yes. I'm everything that the team was expressing recently on the field, this field, and when we are going to the competition, make us feel comfortable and confident about not this game. We are in the last part of the season. We are just about to play finals and crucial games, and we feel strong. We feel that we are in a good moment, but it doesn't matter, because what is coming on Saturday is a different game. We all know it's a football game. It's not changing, but then there's much more things around. It's the opportunity to play one more final together. It's a knockout game. We are not talking about 3 points anymore, and that makes the day a bit more special, or I will say much more special for everyone involved. If I'm not mistaken, we faced the last 2 derbies in similar circumstances, with our team in a good moment and our opposition maybe or in theory with more doubts, and then the result was not in our favor. So the momentum or the moment of form is not playing so much or a big role in this type of games, because we all know what it means, and our opposition as well. And like the captain said before, it's about make sure that we wanted more than them, and this time hopefully, and we're gonna do everything in our hands to make sure that the result is different.
Good morning, Coach. Noah Paul from the Joburg Post. Good morning also, Captain. Just on my side, yesterday we had a young Riveiro after the game saying that indeed he loved his debut at senior team, and also alluding that most of the confidence that he got was from the motivation, the support from the senior players like you guys. Just your analysis on Radomo yesterday making his debut. How did it go for you?
Yeah, look, I think Ratomo had a good game, it was a good debut for him. Look, the way we train, it is no surprise that even a player that comes in, makes a debut, plays in the level that he did, and yeah, we do try to help as much as you can, especially the youngsters. Try to keep their, their heads face down and making sure that they work hard and try to improve as much as they can each and every day. So look, yeah, it's a start for him, but he knows that, he needs to keep calm, he needs to keep his head down and keep working and fight to improve each and every day so that he can fulfill his potential. Look, we are so happy for him, it was a good day for him, and we hope that he continues like this.
Good morning, Coach, as well as Karao from Supersport. Coach, I think in relation to what he said, back to Ratomo, in that EDC, 21 games, 13 assists, 9 goals as well. I think one of the reasons why you promoted him. But for you, Coach, how do you protect such a young man who's absolutely gifted? I think we know how good he is. How do you protect him, not just for the derby, but beyond the derby as well? And having come from Orlando Pirates, the development as well. For you personally, what does it mean to see another academy, well, not academy graduate, but a young player making his debut for such a big club in the way that he did yesterday? Thank you.
Protect him of what exactly?
Of of the pitch, the pressure of playing Pirates, the badge representing the club, and so forth.
Well, we not talking about the players as an individuals, for example, to the media, trying to reinforce what we do as a group, and that's what we do. Think in the collective. Think that whatever we do as an individuals has a reflection in the collective performance, and also in the other direction, and that's how we try to sell and to show and to see our picture as a group, as a collective. That's it. Like Ino said before, every player who is coming to the field in the competition, it's because he's doing a good job during the training and is used to play the way we want to do it, and that's why the player can get, not only because of all the players in the squad, they are good as an individuals. All of them, they have a good talent as a football players, but then the key is how we manage to make sure that they can play good football together, and that's where our focus is, and that's how we try to protect the players, thinking only in the collective. Then everybody can do their own evaluations about the individual performances, but what we think and our focus is always in the collective.
Yeah, look, first and foremost, congratulations, to him for making his first appearance, and congratulations to, everyone in the academy. It shows it's a reflection when you look at him, the good work that has been done in that space, But for me, obviously, having traveled a similar path, as my advice would be, he must remain selfless, disciplined, and make sure that he dreams big, he must always be respectful and respect the game, Yeah, it's always good when you see youngsters coming into the first team, especially from our own academy. It just shows the good work that has been done in that space, and we wish him all the best of luck. I mean, we are here to support him and guide him, and we just hope that he remains disciplined and respects the game.
Joseph from Sports. Coach, you're playing against a team that is 2 days ahead of you when it comes to the resting. How much of a disadvantage or an advantage for you to play, 2 days after, they've played 2 days ago, sort of, if I may put that, and then you're going into this match, the physical conditioning of the players, how much of a role does it play, doing very well that they've been resting for the past 2 days before you?
I don't know. It could be nice to face such a game like this in the same circumstances of the opposition. It goes without saying. But how much it depends the nature of the game. If the game is more or less under control from us, if the game it's getting the typical rhythm that the games gets here in South Africa in the last part of the game, in the last 20 minutes. There's a lot of factors that are going to play and that we can analyze afterwards to say how much influence. What is true is that if we could choose, we will obviously ask for the chance to have the same days than the opposition, but it's not possible. And whatever we say about that after the games, it's gonna sound like excuse. That's the level of the analysis that we usually do about these factors, but it's a fact. But we, like I said also yesterday, we're gonna do everything in our hands to make sure that the players can be ready for this game, and the fact that we have the opportunity to find ourselves again in a final, it's gonna play a bigger role, in my opinion, than the fatigue. The motivation is gonna be in a very big level one more time. And when you really want to take something and you really want to find yourself somewhere, you are not tired anymore. If I can be tired now going home, but if I have to run through the stairs because something is happening in my home, I'm not gonna be tired anymore. You get my point? So if you really want to do something, we're gonna be really tired after the game and not during the game. So it's not gonna be an issue for us.
We'll take the final 4 questions.
Buenos dias, Coach. Kamkhalo Mukhale from YFM. Coach, how important has it been for you to manage the squad mentally and physically? Because games have been coming thick and fast. You played 120 minutes plus penalties against London. You have to travel home to play Cape Town City, then TS Galaxy. Now you played Riveiro at the end, and now you still have to prepare yourself to play the semifinals against Kaizer Chiefs this weekend.
Because we are Orlando Pirates, and the next season hopefully is gonna be even more busy, and that's the mentality that we need to develop, to be ready to play every 2-3 days when the schedule is asking for that, and not only to play, it's ready to win every 2 or 3 days. That's our how can I say, not our obligation or our mandate here. When you're playing for a big team and you want to find yourself in the last stages of every tournament and fighting for the titles, that's the mentality that you need to develop, and then take care of yourself as much as possible. They do it. I'm lucky to have a good group of professional players, and it's not an issue. They like it. They like to play as much as possible. Me as a coach, I'd rather to have always 3 days in between the games. This time is not possible, but again, it's a challenge. If we want to compete in Africa, hopefully the next season it's gonna happen the same more frequently. So this is a good test for us mentally, physically, and me personally as a new one in the country. I'm also learning to deal with these things and getting the proper training for the next season, hopefully as well. So like I said, once we start the game, we just think about the things that we need to do and about the result, and that's it.
Coach, you're the coach here from South Africa. Having played Kaizer Chiefs twice and lost twice and Soweto Derbies, what have you learned about Kaizer Chiefs on that occasion? And also you spoke about playing a Kaizer Chiefs side that's been through adversity and have come back and have won this particular Soweto Derby. On your side, those two results, what do they mean for you going to this third one? Do you stick with what you've done in the previous derbies, or do you now have to, having seen what happened in the other derbies, tweak one or two things that you think will give you the advantage this time around?
Well, we played them 3 times. We beat them once in the penalty round. Same way that you were critical with us when we lost the final. Please don't forget that we beat them once at least. All of the games, in my opinion, the 3 games we played against this opposition, were almost pretty much the same and should be ending probably in a 0-0. Not really good games for the spectators. That's maybe the sad part. With not so much goal chances, or at least moments where you can really have joy there. Very tight and decided by details. So what I want for the next one is hopefully to show a better version of ourselves. That's what I can control, or I try to control, that we can play with the passion that we used to play in a scenario like that. It's the challenge for us, because if we do it, I'm sure that we can find that joy, and then hopefully, in this case, if the game is again this tight, because it's a semi-final, it's a knockout game, and there's gonna be moments where, there's gonna be some uncertainty about it, and details. In the last time we have to play, how long? 30 minutes, 35 minutes in numerical inferiority, when probably it should be the opposite, that is the opposition who is playing numerical inferiority for one action early in the game after 20-25 minutes. So also the role of the referee in this type of games, it's crucial. So I hope that the referee is in the level that a game like this requires, and in the recent games it was not like that in the recent derbies. So that's what I expect: a fair game, a fair fight, and this time hopefully my team celebrating in the end of the 90.
Thank you, Coach. Venda from SABC. I've just heard him say technically those penalties were a draw. So I've just heard him saying. When you say technically.
Please ask a question, Venda. We are running out of time.
Okay. Coach, I'm looking at way back. These matches that you've played with them. And I know there's always this notion that in the derby, no one is a favorite irrespective of the current form. But sometimes that is not always true. I'm basing this, when I look at your performances then, and even in terms of your results, you were at a different level when you look at your current run, in terms of how you've scored in almost every game that you've played in the last 10 matches. And I look at how they are performing, especially even in terms of clean sheets. Tactically, how do all these factors in the latest run influence your approach and your planning for them?
How much do I influence?
Yes. How do all these factors around them and also around you in terms of your current form influence your approach?
Well, I would like to think that a lot. I don't know. You like to personalize always in one player or the coach in this case? We are a group. We are a group of coaches there downstairs, a coaching staff who's working hard every day around me. I'm the one who's coming here to talk, but we are a lot of people there. The players are working extremely well recently. You don't get the results if you are not working. It's not going to happen. It can happen once or twice, but not in this run that we are getting. So there's only one factor to put the focus there. We're trying to do. My objective as a coach is today, and also try to look a bit forward. What's going to happen in 3 weeks, in 1 month, next season. So we are making steps to be consistently a team who is competing well and winning frequently. That's our objective. Now focusing the upcoming game, which is only in 2 days, but at the same time we're still thinking in our future as a group together. And in that sense, I think all of the things that are happening recently in the last few months are very positive for us right now, and also about what's going to happen in our near future. But we influence in everything, in the positive and in the negative, but not me individually. I don't know if I answered your question. It was a bit abstract.
I was talking more about the momentum. How is the current momentum influencing your approach? Yeah.
Now, obviously, it's more easy for me as a coach to do the things when the mood is good, when the atmosphere is positive, when everybody is more, it's easier for everybody to how can I say, like, to push forward in these moments. Not for the players, and for us, it's always the same, but everything around the team, is much more positive when you are winning, obviously. But we don't stop only with the result. I mean, we try to be critical also when we win, because we want to improve, and we know that what is working today maybe is not working in 3 weeks, because the opponents are also, analyzing us and doing evolutions and trying to stop us. So it's a permanent searching of improvement, and you can only do that if you are self-critic, and we are as a group. We try to do the things better every week, because we know what we did yesterday is not going to be enough for tomorrow. So happy is nice to have a run like this. Unfortunately, yesterday we couldn't continue with that, but we didn't lose. We moved, and that's all. We are okay, but at the same time, we are not, our stomach is not full. It's not.
Another question?
Okay. Coach, I'm not sure if you'll be able to answer this one. It's Fiso from the SABC. Who's available and who's not available for the Nations Attack?
To be honest, I cannot answer that question, because we just arrived here. The players are still arriving. Today is +1 for us. It's our +1 day, and probably until hours before the game, we will not know exactly who is in a better condition to play. Tomorrow is going to be even more difficult. It's +2, -1 in this case, but it's the day where the players are more tired, actually, even more than today. So it's difficult. We have to go, try to use every hour before the game in the right way, sleeping, eating properly with our recovery protocol, and be disciplined in order to arrive at 3:00 Saturday in the best possible conditions. But for me, it's not possible to answer that question. I didn't even meet the physios and the doctors, so I don't really know, I promise you.